Hey friends, it's John from Salesaurus, and I got another video here walking around my local Walmart, just trying to find anything at all that would make me happy for just a little while. First toys I ran into were these Bowser Jr. with the clown car from the new Super Mario movie. Probably going to end up with that eventually, but I've decided to hold out for a lower price. These little Sonic figures caught my eye on the clearance aisle. $2.50 seems a lot better than $5, but you let me know what you think about that. The clearance aisle was largely free of toys. You can see there's a few sprinkled here and there, a couple of plushies. These Beetlejuice plushes are, I don't know, there's just something wrong with them in my eyes, but hey, don't let me stop you if that's your kind of thing. Still holding on to some Superman large figures. Guess those didn't go over too well with the general public. Got some Smees there. And, a couple random Transformers. Oh no. Agent Walker. Sentry, what are you still doing here? I have to admit this E-Wing was a little bit tempting. I mean, not at that price, but I do like a Star Wars. And speaking of Star Wars, look at that. The Mandalorian and Grogu display has made its way to our local Walmart. And I don't know if it ships this empty or if people are actually excited. The Lego display on the other side of the toy aisle was quite a lot more full than that one. Maybe it's just because these Legos are quite expensive. In that same aisle, I found the remnants of the mid-aisle toy display that our Walmart used to have, including lots of G.I. Joe Classified, those Transformers, G.I. Joe crossovers, and we'll eventually see the rest of the remains of that display at the other end of this toy aisle. I guess when your manager tells you that it's time to take away that shelf, you just kind of got to cram that stuff wherever it'll go. I was pleased to see this nice selection of Jada Toy Street Fighter figures, but I did have all of those already, so left them for the next guy. There was a few new Transformers, Magnaboss and that Devastation Bumblebee. I feel like we've gotten 3 or 4 Bumblebees in the last 2 months that have been very, very similar. I know they're not exactly the same, and for big Bumblebee collectors, that's probably really important, but for a regular guy like me, it's just a little yellow guy. They have moved the Star Wars stuff here to this corner along with all the Motu items. None of the stuff from the new movie at this Walmart, but I have seen it at some of the other locations. And I do love seeing these blockies here, although I'm not as big a fan of the Marvel blockies as I am the Transformers. There's just something about the robots that just translates a lot better than the sort of humans and I guess gods too, if you count Thor. Here's what's left of that mid-aisle toy display. It's been replaced by some water guns. Boo. Here we're back in the collectibles / electronics section. They had some nice DVD box sets here next to the anime and horror installations. I'm actually surprised these are still here. I feel like these little shelf slots just don't stick around very often. And then here's what passes for our collectibles section. These Marvel Rival statues are not bad, but I feel like they're showing up just in time to get replaced in people's collections by the new Marvel Legends. quite a few cards at this particular Walmart, but very heavy on the sports. There's a few Yu-Gi-Oh things sprinkled in there, a few Magic items. And what's a trip to Walmart without a trip to GameStop? So here we are. Please don't pay any attention to that pod racer. It's simply covering up some license plates that I didn't feel like I should show. But this is the last GameStop anywhere close to me, and thankfully they've been holding on pretty strong with a nice selection of action figures and toys and things like that, including all of these Pokemon items. Of course, Pokemon very popular. I keep expecting the Pokemon to die down, but it just seems like it keeps going, and that's great. I like Pokemon just fine. Been into it since I was spent the better part of my senior year in high school playing Pokemon Leaf Green on the front steps. Of course, they still have a very big selection of cards here at GameStop, even more than Walmart. Look at all those sports cards, man. They're just hanging out, and so are the Pokemon cards. I read recently that GameStop had raised their prices on their Pokemon items, I guess trying to prevent the scalping that was going on, people coming in and buying up all the inventory and then selling it for higher prices themselves. It seems like, I guess, GameStop decided they would rather be the scalper. I don't know how that's working out for them. Maybe it is going well. In my eyes, you shouldn't be charging higher than retail if you're the main distributor of these items, but y'all let me know what you think about that. Lots of cool cards here, but nothing that really grabbed my eye. Plenty of cute sleeping Sanrio characters, including a adorable Kuromi that was hiding under the shelf. Don't wake her up. Very interesting to see this many Five Nights at Freddy's items. I know it's really popular with the kids, but just kind of doesn't register with me. And I thought it was very interesting how small the Star Wars section was, especially with a new Star Wars movie coming out. You'd think they'd be buffing that up. Get those numbers up, those are too low. And oh, whoa! Surprise, it's even more cards, including a very expensive box of Star Wars cards. What is going on? $500. It seems like the manufacturing has started to catch up with the Labubu fad, just in time for no one to care about that stuff anymore. They had these little Care Bear plush keychains, which, hey, those are pretty cute, as well as I definitely saw some Naruto similar to that, and I've seen some other stuff in that vein at a different Walmart. So here we have the sort of action figure section. This is sort of what I always end up buying something from at this GameStop, and of course today was no exception. I mentioned looking for the Jada Street Fighter figures earlier, and mixed in with all of these great Marvel Legends and DC McFarlane items was a nice little guy, Balrog there. Hey, thanks for walking around GameStop and Walmart with me. I hope you enjoyed that. Check it out. This is the only thing that I brought home from walking through those entire stores, looking at all the wonderful stuff. The only thing that I just absolutely had to have was this Jada Toys Balrog figure from Street Fighter 2. Man, look at this guy. As soon as I saw him across the room looking at me from the pegs, I knew that I had to bring him home and make him a part of my collection. I'm a pretty big fan of Street Fighter 2, despite being really bad at almost all fighting games. I don't know why I even said almost. It's really just all of them. They're just not my forte, so to speak. So I've been buying all of these Jada figures as they've come out, and I've really enjoyed every single one of them. They're all just like such amazing representations of the cartoon style of Street Fighter 2. I just love Capcom and the way that they portray characters. I love the diversity of the different characters in Street Fighter 2, and man, I just can't wait for them to come out with those last few characters so that I can finish off my display of them. Check out the other stuff that Balrog came with, and then we'll open a pack of cards. So we got 2 nice effects pieces to go over his gloves, you know, so you can show just how powerful this man's punching arm is. We also got a couple other of those gloved fists, but these are opened up so he can hold on to something. Balrog would never take his gloves off, okay? He wouldn't do that. So if he's going to hold something, it's going to be with the gloves. And then finally we got a nice serious face. You know, the other face is pretty serious too, but he's got the mouth open showing you that crazy eye. And this one, he's all business. He's about to come in and knock you out, sucker. Like I said, we're gonna open a pack of cards just to, you know, to round this thing out. I got this pack of Donkey Kong cards from 1982. Not really connected in any way to walking around at GameStop or Walmart, but it's a cool pack of cards, and you know, let's open it. It's interesting, one of the flaps was not connected, but the other one was fully stuck. Okay. There's our gum. And we got some game cards and then some stickers. So, okay, I'm going to move the stickers to the other side, and then we'll look at these. So we got a little scratch off cards. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get any of these to scratch off like they were originally designed to do. I had big plans. I was going to make some videos where we played through one of these things, but I just can't get it to work. I guess whatever that stuff is made out of is just not designed to last for, what is this, 44 years now? Yeah, it's, you know, not everything works after that much time. Okay, we got another scratch off one. This one you can see actually through the scratch off parts, and same deal here. And then we got 3 stickers. Jump over to barrels. Yeah, he's letting you know how to play. Practice, man, practice. And finally we got I'm hot for Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is barrels of fun. Donkey Kong killer. I think we got this sticker in the last pack of these that we opened up. So, but still, very, very cool. Very sweet items to get. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I walked around at these stores around my house and you know, looked for treasures. How are things looking over at your Walmart and GameStop? Are they as mostly, I want to say barren, but I don't think that's the right word. I think really what it is that we're in between things here, you know. And since I recorded these, I've already started to see some new stuff start to crop up. So you know, I'll have some videos of those for you before you know it. And until next time, let's all try to stay cool, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.